bundle of wood. A bundle of wood on my shoulders, white snow, the sun sets. My story is simple but burdensome. I carry night and joy. A group of children play with red drops of sun in the snow. I pass by and let my heart play too. And when I reach the last doorstep of the village, I throw my heavy bundle down. Night shivering behind me, no beginning, no end. I drink her peerless light with hushed joy, and like a star attach my prayer to her black gown. Night, so deep, so beautiful and sublime, look into her dark eyes. A group of children play with the sun in snow. At the Dniester River whispers, rumbles and pounds its waves against its banks. It brings us doom and carries longing far away. And far from the black waves, the tired breaths of calm and death, darkness quietly pokes at a tired waterbird's wings. Bewildered darkness sees me. What brings you here, stranger? Let me rest, rest. The heart is tired, and my dream so heavy and deep, the Dniester whispers. A quivering fever dream flies over its black surface, its secret, endless, dark song. I hold the rifle. Aim. Fire! Dark colors the red splash, and the heavy fever dream dies at the gray water's edge. I fall to my knees, my eyes burning fear. The Dniester whispers, rumbles and carries longing far away. Autumn landscape. Autumn landscape, so beautiful, so sad and lonely. Soon the holy Baal Shem Tov will walk across your dark vision, and the little silver stream snaking itself into quiet exhaustion, and the small birch with its swan song, and the red moon burning with fever will all pass easier through his pious hands. Baal Shem. The Baal Shem Tov stands at the edge of the village, encounters night wrapping her veils. Dark, and in the darkness, fires flash. A golden vision on the black turf. A golden vision on night's pious flag. 3 times holy, he falls to his knees and devours her soul like a melody brought by a wind from a far steppe. And drunk with colors and incantations, he remains a moment longer alone with night, till a prayer twilights his face. And he dashes back to the village, joyously proclaiming unto dark walls, "Holy is the world, now thrice as bright." Between Kosev and Kitev. There is a golden well between Kosev and Kitev. I discovered a sun in its deep, clear water. I carry it towards night, the gray hills, and every road blossoms in its clear, golden glow. I am a simple tailor's lost, wild child, spent my youthful years as a wandering wind. And I finally unearthed it. It's mine forever now. The light of the dark roads, the thin, golden glow. I descend into this valley filled with joy. Will the gray roads understand this golden light? The bright word on my lips, the golden glow in my hand. I am the last apostle of a new, unearthed land. There is a golden well between Kosev and Kitev. I discovered a sun in its deep, clear water. Evening in mirror. Evening, dressed in black, stands before the mirror. A flock of swallows descends into sunset. But one swallow remains aloft, entangled in gray night web. The frightened bird cries and tries to escape. O evening, eyes dark and wide, see how the fluttering, the shivering ceases. A gray dot, death, hangs in the night web. Birds kiss earth and refuse to fly. The mirror stares at evening through green eyes. A quiet miracle begins in me. A drop of blood rises from the mirror and floats. A red moon slowly floating to eternity. Evening, dressed in black, falls to her knees. And from the mirror, a white melody escapes. prophet. I am the prophet who lost the word of God en route to you. I stand now disgraced on this dirt road and wrap my flesh with 7 sorrows. Shall I pound my heart and beg forgiveness for arriving without a shred of solace? Or shall I roam like a restless bird till midnights crush me? Wind, O world's eternal turbulence, bearer of chaos and confusion, let this homeless wanderer drink from your dark vessels. Blossoming night stars bursting and falling, let your last golden rays be the light for this quiet night. Singing rivers of earth, lullabies cradle your waves. Let me drink and tiredly dream my last destined dream. The last dream, the prophet who lost the word of God en route to you, and stands now disgraced on this dirt road. Joseph. How many brothers are you? 10, O Lord. This is our youngest, still a child. The first spring wind plays in his ringlets. Our father yearns for him, dies of grief. Joseph stares at the youngest, smiles, as though reminded of something. He sees himself a child again in a distant land and saddens with sweet regret. A look at the 10 and his face darkens. A look at only the child and a light rises in him, and his eyes grow still, soften, tire. I am Joseph, he blurts out. Don't you recognize me? And he reaches out for them with joy. In the name of the child, I forgive you, brothers. King David. The sun dies even in the king's window, and the king is old and white like snow. His dark eyes stray only to the harp. The sun dies even in the king's window. Behind him, his echo, death, wrapped in gold-garnished dark talons, quietly smiles to himself. The Lord of Lords, and the crown on his head explodes red. The king bows his head, falls asleep at his harp. Death whispers softly to himself, we must wrap him in his last nocturnal cry. Light. The bird lets loose the golden light from its black fantastic wings. sings its cryptic song into the heart of eternity. But on my gate a black lock cries, "Oh, give me wings, great light, give me wings, to fly through the golden wonder and at the thresholds of eternity, at the shores of her blue paradise. Give me rest." What is grief and sorrow? A play of black ghosts? A blinding light of beautifully sad stars that block the cosmic beat and hide from us their great creator? Light, great mother of earth, I denied you and cast you aside. Carved idols in the darkness that flashed false beauty and kept your song outside. Once I knelt to puppets that lived on dark horizons. Now my penance song kneels to you. Open your mystical doors and let me drink from your plentiful breasts. Oh, give me wings, great light, give me wings, to fly through the golden wonder and at the threshold of eternity, at the shores of her blue paradise. Give me rest. Memento mori. Remember, you must die. The shepherd plays. Twilight flows from his tired flute, drinks the last drops of light, shivering up from the fields. A wind slowly rocks the black bells. I hear night in a windswept dress release her red sin and blue prayer far from her black lashes, and my locks blossom sadly at her heart. 3 figures at the edge of the distant horizon sit spinning in twilight's blue light. My pale figure burns in night's dark mirror, laughs, cries, and like smoke and mist, disappears. A tree as quiet as a spirit whispers, "Time to dream." Eternity spins her colors and light, but deep in me the fear of disappearing and dying cries out. On dark steps. I climb dark steps, and a sickly laugh, a child's cry, swims to me through a haze. Midnight's footsteps rain. Heavy shadows lie clumsily at my feet, and my eyes grow weary. This way to the goblet of red poison. A blue glow flies through. From where? To where? I no longer know. Who speaks in me now? A child with wind-kissed hair? A bent elder carrying his 80 years? I don't know. But what I hear is so clear, as clear as the dirt road leading to death's dark gate. The white road, now blood red, and all hell breaks loose. Who touches my hand now? The hour of penance and prayer. My heart pounds painfully, feels the brutal eye of eternity, and spinning round my feet a clump of sun in dust, in earth. Lightning strikes and lights the sky, and suddenly it's dark. God, my God, why have you forsaken me? Portrait of a girl. Gray twilight, two dark eyes spin blue, butterflies flutter through nightfall. The black dress with the fear of a child clings sadly to the night wind. How beautifully the moon burns in my dreams, she whispers, and the hands caress the wind. Night ignites the first glow of maiden blood on the grass, flies like a red starling unto the black dress, spreads its wings like dark pleasure, and passes. Silhouette play, night, wind, and stars. The eyes burn black, as though they just heard echoes of their own desires. Heavy shadows fall on the garden bench. A thought darkens on night's forehead, wipes the smile from the girl's lips. The rhythmic beat of a strange melody flutters tiredly from her black lashes, rocks, cradles the gray cloud fleck, pulls itself high over trees, extinguishing violet stars. Silhouette play, night, wind, and stars. The eyes burn black, as though they just heard echoes of their own desires. Rebecca. Why do you cry when night blossoms, Mama? I bore 2 children in 1 hour, and in 1 hour both will be lost. Who can comfort my motherly spirit? Extinguish the sadness from your eyes, Mama. Listen. An evil star hangs over them, and one will turn from the other. Bind them now together to your motherly tears. But sometime late, when the west sun sets, one will stand shivering in the middle of the desert, face the other, and understand the dying red. And he will take the hand of his brother and whisper something sad, and in that sadness feel the shame. Life divided us. Death now brings us together. Satan's prayer. I've clashed with you so many centuries, great Lord of light. I stand now before your bright face with burnt wings. Let it be! My kingdom lies smashed beneath your feet, and every nerve in you sings out. Sweet joy of conquest. Let it be! My black crown dies with 1,000 sickly stars. And Lilith makes the sign of the cross now, alone with her tears. Accept her pain, O Lord of light, the pain of she who walks through night with red torches, braids like black snakes in the wind. Accept the pain of she who believed and lusted for you, longed for you in wild nights, and became sister to hell. O Lord of light, I kneel to you, but she, my wild one, is forbidden. Extinguish the grief from her hair and soothe her with your smile. A gladness lights in her eyes, her dark, dismal eyes. Mercy, mercy for me, O Lord, and favor my wild one with love. O Lord of light, within the confinedness of holiness and icons, bestow your Song of Songs crown on the most sinful of the Madonnas. Surdino. Stars sparkle in the dark river. Every star's a tear, a poem. White swan with autumn eyes, take me to the river with stars, stars that are white like snow. Today I played with red drops of sun. Something carefree laughed in me. Gold glittered from my lashes. Night veiled herself over my shoulders, and the river before me clouded. White swan with autumn eyes, your wings, twilight and gray, throw thin shadows along my way. Night cries in my eyes, and my fingers seek God in dust. I'm aware. Then again, perhaps I'm not. Perhaps I only imagined on the road between twilight and sorrow. I was kissed by the Queen of Night, and I alone am that black river. And you immerse your wings in me, autumn swan, and they become clear like child's eyes in sunset, like longing become reality. White swan, black river, golden soul. The Ballad of Petliura. The golden tiny goat lies slaughtered beneath little Yankala's crib. It's the hour of blood and ghosts. Midnight's clangs tremble down from the cloister. The 12th hour just hung itself, and Petliura stands at the window. What does he want? The dark highwayman with the crooked sword and sharp axe, what does he want of us? He came here from afar, wants only a shovel to bury your dead father, no more. Blackbird of night, why did you bring him here? He with the bloody hands and evil eyes. The bird stands and with a sad glance asks, give me some rope, a small piece of rope. A tug and his neck is stretched. Let him go with the wind to where night changes into mangy dogs. Let him be changed every night in the hour of blood, and then in the hour of our battered spirits, let our tears burn him. The Ballad of Blind Man's Bluff and the Two Troopers. Loaded the muskets, Vasil? Loaded, sir. Why do you smile, fool? Sir, the night bells clang, cling-clang, cling-clang. The black flock passes, cling-clang, cling-clang, and the shepherd wind plays his flute. It's late. Saddle the horses, Vasil? Saddle, sir. Why do you smile, fool? Night, darkness, Krrrr. Who warns us, eh? The raven? The wind? Caw! 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 God guard you, poor child. A whistle. Two horses fly over black earth, two riders, wind in their beards. A forest, river, a bridge, clippity-clop, over, silhouettes in trees fly back, a bog, clippity-clop, over, there's no return now. What do you see, Vasil? A glowing fire, a fire, red, a fire, green. It pulled me magically, God knows where. Stop, darkness! Crow! What do you see, Vasil? The ghostly mill at the tip of night, and the sick Rusalka in the window, beckoning, bewitching, pulls. My best, my prettiest. Stop, darkness! Crow, we are warned. Too late. Confess, Vasil, quickly your last confession. Forgot, you fool? The Swamp King's now our master, the king of swamps with the filthy beard. Night bells clang, cling-clang, cling-clang. The black flock passes, cling-clang, cling-clang, and the shepherd plays his flute for death. Too late. The Ballad of the Blunders. A sickly head in the night window, hands call God, and eyes ghostly. A shamus, A sexton stands on the synagogue's dark roof, calls out endlessly through the stillness. Into the synagogue, whomever night frightens, the small light in the sanctuary, my idea. Across from him, cross in hand, a black monk climbs the cloister wall. Into the church, whomever night frightens, the small burning light, my idea. Night fevers, wind and rain swim in from the paths, the roads. Groups of Jews and Gentiles from the night asylum, from the marketplace and fair, grope blindly seeking doors. He who called us, lead us. Flash, blundered light. Gentiles enter the synagogue. Flash, blundered light. Jews enter the church. Night bolts the doors behind the light that calls, the light that misleads. The head in the night window starts crying, thinks God, but sees only eternal ghosts. Ballad of the Bride's Veil. Midnight strikes 12 sharp, black clangs. The pale young bride cries, "Who will spin my veil? There's no more thread." The door slowly opens. 7 elderly matrons, still and pale, hobble into the room. Their eyes soft evening shadows. "If you stop your crying, we'll spin you a veil of silver and white." Bent old figures weave white hairs into the veil. Their dark eyes sparkle strange, cool fire. The bewildered shadow of a distant traveler falls on the window. A yellow lantern glow flickers. 7 elderly matrons sit, spin. Somewhere a bird starts flapping and breathes with dawn. "Be well, we must go." The veil lies white on the table and like snow shivers. Shivers. The girl in Morning Star's light stands before the mirror, and the chilled veil flies off with 2 dead white birds. The window stains blue, sprays fire, and the girl, always paler, paler, whiter and whiter like the veil. The Ballad of the Sabbath Lights. The monk stands in the dark cell and his eyes burn. Young witch, when will you finally accept the silver cross and Jesus as Lord? How can I take the cross in my hand and shame my mother's golden Sabbath lights? How can I, black monk? Young witch, a kiss for the cross and Jesus will free you from the shrew and the angry ghost chanting from your lips. How can I bring the cross to my lips and forever lose the golden Sabbath lights? How can I, black monk? Know your life, your death. Every moment is precious. What do you see, girl, through that window? I see a blood fire and the blood shadows of your robe. The girl follows in the monk's steps, her hands tied, and all at once 100 fingers sharpen the fire, the red fire on the black step. And when the fire died and only gray remained, there flamed up from the ashes 7 golden Sabbath lights. 7 golden Sabbath lights. The Ballad of the 3 White Doves. The girl chants incantations to the mirror. 1 + 1 is 2. 3 white doves, like snow, come flying from afar. Her eyes close, now open. White doves, quickly bring me the golden good fortune ring. So one dove flies towards night. Night captures it and hangs it like a cross across her black marble castle. The second one flies far towards tomorrow, hooks itself tight on a red light beam and chokes. The third bird laces the forest with tangled light, strays and can't find the path back. The mirror is blue, the girl pale and yellow, the light of 2, 3 shadows shiver in the mirror. 3 snow-white doves in the mirror. The Ballad of the White Bread. Mothers in torn shawls stand in darkened doorways. Pale figures, extinguished fingers, 13 apostles of hunger. Night lights the moon over their heads like a loaf of white bread. Patched hands reach for it. Holy bread, fall to our laps. Holy white bread, help us. The hunger in our beds needs night skeletons of our children. The moon hangs over all the windows, the heads of the children, night ghosts. The children in the light of the white bread break into smile, die an easy death. And the moon, glued to its sky, burns down her beams into the creek. Mothers in torn shawls and snuffed-out eyes stand bent in doorways, sit shiver, 7 days mourning for the young dead sit shiver for the white bread. The Ballad of the White Glow. You've grieved enough, little daughter. You've cried your anguish out. Look, Mama, a cool white glow on the flag of night. Flawed light, little daughter, flawed light, no more. Let it go to empty worlds to never return. How can the light be flawed? My heart still quivers in its white coolness. Soon as say your prayers, little daughter. God knows its meaning. The white glow, Mama, a call from the other side. And when it calls, how can I then, how dare I then not go? How can I leave my heart out there alone? Outside, storm wind, snow. A moment more, white glow. Just one more moment and I'll go. She grabs her red kerchief, redder than her own blood and as white as the glow of death. The mother stands at the window, stares out as the silhouette of her daughter fades into the white glow. The Ballad of the White Nurse, the Dark Hospital, and My Last Smile. The blue hospital windows darken, darken, night. The park just closed the red moon's eye, and deep in the valley, young monks sing Ave Maria. Sick birds on branches, trilly-lee, night, wind, why? Ghost steps, black cloaks flutter, take me along, take me along. Black cloaks flutter over white hospital beds, descend deep, deep into the valley, and they're gone. Gone. Wait! One of the last three remains a moment longer. No! Night creeps in through an open window. Night. Wind. A cry. Nurse! Why? Nurse! Why? Doors fly open. Close. Bang! The white sister, like an overdue moon bending over my head, listens. Listens. Here's how I coerce earth with my white song. Stars burn in blood and streams rush cool. I smile. She smiles and it's quiet again. The white sister, hands crossed, remains standing. One moment, tombstone, hospital stone, and she walks with extinguished steps to the open window. Night, wind, a cry. The monk. The dirt road cutting deep into the horizon sparkles like a silver knife. Mirages deceive. A white wheel. Moonlight. A dark monk rises above them. Spring and the child, the step and the stream rushed with pulsating light burst into smile. Enter, monk, enter! Enter the sorcerer's violet circle! He approaches, dark, outstretched, staunch and straight. Closer, closer, a knife in his hand. Flash! Springs blue blood spurts across his robe. Bewildered people flee through the field. I've shackled your splendor, Lucifer. He kneels, makes the sign of the cross and the eternal world, the longed-for world, streaks before his eyes. The Patriarch, Rev Mendele. A white beard, a sharp, high brow, a thin smile in the gray eyes, white hands with taut blue veins, and his muse mirrors from his window. The street thins a silver mist, lets me hear the mare pulling a cart full of stars, and somewhere a rainbow bursts open. The Patriarch opens the window. Figures blur in the mist, the spirits of phantoms and ghosts. A gray sack flutters on the road, and those seeking refuge in night's lap drag themselves through wind and rain. The Sacrifice of Isaac. What do you see, my child, my sacrifice? I see a wing hauling a black hour across the bright blue sky and a dead man hanging on a cross. Why do you wait, Father, so pale and still? And why does your knife slither to the ground? Your beautiful death is destined for another. Don your sorrow, child. Come. Who is he? Who? I want to see his face. He must be strangely handsome and holy, he who takes my sacrifice from me. Come, child. Night darkens the field. The road to the tent is long and far, and he, the chosen one, has yet to come. The Sinner. Blue twilight fades into violet. With blue cornflowers in its hair, smells of wind. A flash of summer birds flutters and fades, and something conjured silently, fevering, speaks. And he, A wild overgrowth forged to his bed, claws and old sin, the destruction of a child's dream, a sin refusing forgiveness through prayer. He stands, eyes flashing green. He lets loose to a place he's never seen and remains there a long moment, bewildered. God, my God, redeem my sin, my sin. He stammers and throws his fiery head to the wind and surrenders slowly to night. The stranger. He came soaked in night and wind, his hair disheveled, his eyes opaque. His body fevered like an autumn leaf, and he smelled of vagrant dogs. His voice was still, and I heard his words zigzag like a distant stream, and spectered like the night ghost he rode, attempting to seduce a child's dream. Shamed, I prepared his bed, and he fell into sleep, and from that deep sleep spoke heavy, dark words to the clock's beat. A moment, two, and as I opened my eyes, midnight blossomed deep in my window, and clear stars struck his empty bed. The water darkens. The water darkens now. It's night. The 10th wonder unfolds. I'll sleep here at its edge, covered with night and rain. Today my eyes devoured the red sun from field and forest. The sun, love, and the whole world shall pass through my dream. Light from dream, reality, oh, never leave me. My prayer falls before you like this garment falling from my flesh. The water darkens now. It's night. The rope falls from my loins. My lips graze the gray dirt road leading back to the valley. O Lord, my every gesture's a poem, a song to praise you. Let the whiteness of this night quietly rise around me, and in that whiteness consecrate me, the dark water in the field, the small gray houses of the valley, the whole world's dream.